You just clicked on a lucky video. Today is a beautiful day. It's good to see your beautiful face. I want to see you smile. Come kick it for a while. Welcome to the Inner Temple. It is your host with the most, Mr. Mark David Meyer, with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. And today is April 16th, Mars Day with Mark number 45. Look alive. So we're reviewing the astrology of the week, April 16 to April 23rd. And really the universe has combos, man. And what I mean by that is it just keeps coming, man. It just keeps coming. Left, right, hook, jab, uppercut, hook, jab, cross. And I'm like, yo, the bell was rung, bro. Did you not see me tapping? That's fucked up. Is that allowed? What the hell? So we just had the eclipse season. Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, Mercury retrograde. And it just gets better and better. This is going to be the craziest full moon of the year. Probably the craziest week of the year. Beyond the full moon, I have quite a lot to cover in this breakdown, and I hope you enjoy it. Take the time to breathe and relax as you listen to my words and take a trip through the solar system. Connect your consciousness with these bigger bodies of consciousness, the planets, and see how to see yourself through this energy, because we're all going to be experiencing this, and this is the week ahead. Today's a really good day, and I hope you guys are well on your side of the screen, wherever you happen to be listening. I'm doing amazing. I just kind of had like a mini vacation with my girl, and I feel refreshed and replenished, and man, definitely needed it. So we're back into action, and Mars Day 45. And this is crazy because that means we're about a couple months away from a whole year, and that's consistency. So hope you guys have been enjoying this podcast. And if you're new here, welcome. So the first thing I want to cover is the degrees. This is going to play out like a metaphysical weather forecast. Here is the temperature. And then we're going to break it down through English and words and is that literature? Today the sun is at 27 degrees of Aries, and that's pretty special. We've got the moon at 12 degrees of Aries. We've got Mercury. What? I said that wrong. I'm working so much on communication. Mercury is retrograde. Let me say this again, starting from the top. April 16th, Tuesday, 2024. We have the sun at 27 degrees of Aries. We've got the moon right now at 12 degrees of Leo. Mercury is at 18 degrees of Aries going retrograde. We've got Venus also in the sign of Aries, really close to the North Node. She's hanging out at 14 degrees. Mars is in Pisces at 19 degrees. We've got Jupiter at 20 degrees of Taurus, Saturn at 15 Pisces. We've got Uranus at 21 Taurus. We've got Neptune at 28 Pisces, and we've got Pluto at 2 degrees of Aquarius. And the North Node and the South Node are at 15 degrees of Aries and Libra, respectively. We've got a bunch of different planets and placements and asteroids we could talk about, but let's keep it simple. 1 week from now, April 23rd, next Tuesday, you'll see that the sun will move to 4 degrees of Taurus. So we will officially begin Taurus season this week on Friday, April 19th. So this is a great time to celebrate life. We'll go into this deeper, but beyond this, we're going to have the moon hanging out in Scorpio. So this is our full moon phase, and we're really going through some crazy lunations, which is a big part of this video. We've got Venus moving up to 23. You've got Mercury moving back to 16. You got Mars moving up to 24, and you've got Jupiter moving to 22, crossing Uranus. So there's a lot going on. Oh my goodness. Saturn moves up a degree, and everything else basically hovers around the same location. So let's take it from the top, break it down. If you guys want to share your ideas, I love to hear them. So enjoy this, take time to collect your thoughts, and I appreciate you guys' love and interaction. It means the world to me. And I hope you have a blessed day, because we're really wrapping up Aries season. By the time you see this, we'll probably be around 28 degrees. So this means we really only have a couple more days left of Aries. And this has been a fun season, a fiery beginning to spring. The Aries constellation is packed and lit up, guys. Whew, I had to take a deep breath for that, man. The energy's been intense. It's been fucking chaotic. And I try to establish myself firmly, separate my energies from the collective so I can understand what is the collective and what's me. I can confidently say it's not just me. This energy for the last 27 days has been fucking crazy. I don't know how you Aries do it. So shout out to the Aries who've been celebrating their life, making this world a brighter place, taking bold, inspired action, and modeling impulse and passion, desire and power for people. Aries are beautiful, and regardless of where your sun happens to be, the sun for the next 2 to 3 days is going to be in Aries. But then once we switch into the Taurus season, things really are going to get different. And this is exciting. So on Friday, like I had said, but let me show you the chart. We'll have the sun move to 0 degrees of Taurus. And this is going to be like a breath of fresh earth, I guess. Nobody says that ever. But the sun is moving into an earth sign. So what we should see is life getting more comfortable, things slowing down, feeling good, replenishing ourselves, having a great time, enjoying life. I said having a great time, and that's not wrong, but I also want to say having a good time. So you know what I'm talking about. So you know I'm not just filibustering, straight up. And what's really crazy about the sun is on Sunday, we got the sun making a square to Pluto. Oh, and this is deep. It's so deep, I can't even see you down there, bruh. This week is powerful for the self. The sun in astrology represents quite a lot, and so does Pluto. And when you multiply these two together, you're going to see powerful changes within people's personal lives. And squares do represent a conflict. So when it comes to Sunday, this is going to be a really good time to review yourself and really dive deep into your spirit, into your psychology, into your ego, your personality, your concept of self. With the sun changing into Taurus, because think about it this way, guys. The sun is going to go square to Pluto about every 90 days as it goes around the year. Yeah. So basically, Sun square Pluto is a deep character revision. And we've been pushing for the last 27 days through the Aries energy, and maybe that's full speed ahead, striving and moving and grooving, you know, forward momentum. And then Taurus comes around, square Pluto in Aquarius, asking us to review, how do you want to do this? Taurus is values. Ultimately, you choose the difficulty in your life. So that's something to review and think about. What challenges are you putting on top of yourself? Pluto is power. It's control even. So what that means, if you blend those together, those can sound really vague, but I just want to say Pluto is also oppression. So the question is, how do you oppress yourself? In what ways do you create a mold, an ego, a character, a persona that's too rigid, too cruel for you to exist in? What forms are you living in that are already dead? Let them go to rest. That's what this Sunday's about. So pay attention and don't be distracted. Center yourself firmly within your life. You have to master a level of selfishness in order to be selfless. Truly. And on some level, the pressure of being a hero may be too much for some people to carry. So sometimes you have to give yourself permission to kill off your identity and restart. And that's a pretty deep conversation. I don't know if y'all are hearing me because this is a Pluto thing. So we're going to move on pretty soon. But just understand Sunday, you know, things are going to change in your personal life. And just be ready for that. Change is always for the better. I'm going to repeat that. Change is always for the better. Always. So get excited. So let's talk about the moon now, because the sun is sunning. And you better get outside and enjoy it and get your vitamin D now that it's springtime. I don't care where you are, jabroni. If it's wintertime, fall, spring, summer, you're tuned in from Neptune, you better get out and soak in the prana of the sun. Whatever solar system you are in, you better pull from the center to stabilize your life. Truly. I hope you feel the energy of Tifereth. We've got some interesting moonology this week, so let's talk about it. today the moon is having a good fucking time. So I hope you guys are feeling yourself as the moon's in Leo, expressing who you are on the inside, letting that come out to the outside. So that's talking about art, music, talents, crafts, or just having a fun time, being entertained, watching movies, playing games. Pardon me. The moon in Leo is a good time. And this always calls us to love ourselves, to do something that reminds us that we are special. Really to turn our attention inward for the next couple of days. But just understand, guys, that this moon is about halfway through the cycle. So we've got the sun hanging out here on the chart, and then we've got the moon. You know, the houses, let me say this really quick, guys. I should really say this in the beginning. The houses are arbitrary when you watch these videos because it's my local geography. So when you're watching the chart, don't start interpreting it like, wow, and Pluto's also in the third house, because it's not going to be in the third house for you, apart from 2 hours out of the day. And I digress at this point. The point is the signs in the houses are different things. So just understand that when you're reading this chart. If you are trying to read into the houses, I would just say don't do that. Just read into the angles. So I say that because I'm using the houses for reference. You're going to see the sun in the 6th house, and you're going to see the moon in the 9th house. What the hell is going on in the 3rd house, bruh? Damn. Some of you guys got the joke. Let's go back into it. Sorry for the distraction. For those who didn't get it, I'm sorry. Okay, so the point is that you'll see that the moon just broke the quarter phase. It got halfway around the wheel from this. It got a quarter of the way around from the sun. And then when it goes to the full moon, will be halfway around the chart. So let me move forward 7 days so you can see. Moon in Scorpio will be directly opposite the sun in Taurus. So we are going from simply the first quarter phase to the full moon phase, Tuesday to Tuesday. And just know that about the week, okay? That come April 23rd, we've got this full moon next Tuesday. So we're setting up this week for a big release, one of the biggest releases we've ever had. And like I said, combos, uppercuts, swings, left, right, jab, cross, like body shots, headshots. It's crazy. The universe really is coming with combos right now. But the cool thing is you are the universe. So I think like after you swing this full moon punch, it should be the knockout. You feel me? Don't assume that you're the one getting punched. So you got the full moon in Scorpio, and that's the hardest place for the moon to be. Pretty much most of the time, the full moon in Scorpio or the full moon in Capricorn are like the most intense full moons of the year because the moon is in its detriment sign. But on top of this, moon in Scorpio is square Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto aspects are going out the ass this week, man. No pun intended, but this is excretion. And I'm not trying to be filthy, but this is elimination, removal, reconstruction of the heart and the soul, the sun and the moon. Whew. So I just encourage people to be present this week. That's my best advice for that intense energy. Be present. Be aware. Be willing to integrate the energy. Try not to escape it. Keep the heart open. Be strong. So, the waxing moon in Leo pushes us towards pursuing our personal goals and passions and projects. And then when it comes to this full moon in the sign of Scorpio, there's going to be a call within the soul, within the heart, to eliminate that which doesn't serve. And Pluto rules the depth. Pluto rules Scorpio. So this even calls us to examine our bloodline, the things within our DNA, our cellular structure, not just the psychology on a mental level, on an emotional level, but even your chemistry, your biology, your health, your genealogy, your ancestry, your spirituality, your alchemy, your genetic makeup, your 4 elements, things like that. this conversation. It's intense self-examination. Scorpio moon is an interesting energy. And if you want to learn more about the Scorpio moon energy, I just posted a video last week with my friend Debbie, the Healing Witch, and it is on my profile. You'll see the moon and Pluto. It's a very powerful video. So beyond the challenge with the moon square Pluto, the moon is making a cool aspect to Vesta in Cancer and the trine. The gift is cleaning up the heart space. The gift is transforming and purifying emotionally. But the challenge is power and control issues. The challenge is secrets and illusions, darkness and decay and corruption. So, among a few things, this full moon is calling us to be very emotionally honest with ourselves, to be raw and authentic and real, and to ask yourself, what does your heart want? And I love that you listen to my channel, because I do encourage people to think. And there's nothing wrong with thinking. This is actually the only way to manifest your dreams in the age of air. So I want you to question the nature of your desires this week as well. And that's going to be inevitable when we hit that Sunday sun square Pluto, leading us up to the Tuesday moon square Pluto full moon. Insane energy, guys. And this is going to be a complete destruction of everybody on the planet. And I say that in the most positive, loving, optimistic way. We're all going to live to watch Mars Day with Mark 46 and 47 and 48, but I'm telling you, you will not be the same person when you get there. You understand what I'm saying? Evolution is happening twice this week. So get excited, man. It's pretty fucking cool when you employ the power of surrender. Whatever you resist persists by virtue of the resistance. So if you are going through changes in your life, maintaining a desire to stay the same, you will be at war with yourself. So let's not do that. No enemies within, no enemies without. If we want peace on this world, we have to reconcile the paradoxes, guys. And it takes a village. It takes time. So you have to be easy on yourself, man. I just see in Pluto Aquarius energy, it's just the world being way too fucking hard on itself. The people of the world being confused. And honestly, the world just got really messy because too many people didn't do their share. And we hate to play the blame game because ultimately we have to rise above and reconnect. But it's just a lot of corruption that a lot of people have to deal with in multitudes of ways. And I don't want to elaborate because anybody intelligent enough to comprehend this can see what I'm saying. So just understand the solutions are coming. And this is one of the harder times of the year where we really make great change. So just stay present and stay vigilant and know that every breath you take, every moment of your life that you focus on love, you send this energy out into the universe. So regardless of where you are in life or your position or identity, when you make the choice to be peace, you are peace, and the world is peaceful for you. And that's your reality. So I just want to remind everybody the power of their identity and the power of their choice and the power of their thought, which exists in every second. Never feel powerless because you got this. This world is multidimensional and weird, and if you don't understand some form of cosmology, this world will beat your ass. Whew. So just keep that head exactly where it is, man, because I just see everybody listening to me right now being willing to rise above, and that's the whole point of the principle. So I think this is going to be one of the best weeks of the year, and if I were you, as far as magic goes, I get this question a lot, and I'm going to address it, I'm sure, when it comes to the Venus Day Q&A, things of that nature. We want to do powerful magic this next Tuesday because Scorpio does rule magic. So I would encourage you to employ some form of sorcery, working with the elements and bending the world to your will, Wicca, spellcrafting, whether that's a simple writing down a petition and burning it, or, burning a bay leaf, or cleansing your home and your heart within a ritual, eliminating things ritualistically. You could just open a circle and call, and you could draw down. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be outside drawing down the power of the moon. I would probably make moon water this time. I don't usually make moon water a lot, but I would love a Scorpio moon water jug to use. So, you can do anything within reason. And if it harms none, do whatever the fuck you want. That's my basic philosophy. I encourage you to find your own. but that's what has worked for me. So get excited. This whole week, I just want to say, has this eerie golden glow. It's dark, there's a shadow, but there is gold in this aura, in this halo. So just know good things are coming. The world is cleaning itself. Nature is healing. The people are waking up. There's a collective uprising. And it's a beautiful thing. We've been talking about the Jupiter-Uranus cycle for a hot minute, and this is coming exact this week, man. So that's going to be on Saturday, the 20th of April. You'll see Jupiter and Uranus making their perfect conjunction. And this conjunction only happens once every 13 years, give or take. It's a very special week, guys. Not only are we having these crazy lunations and aspects to the sun, there is a new cycle beginning entirely. There's actually a few cycles, so we're going to talk about them and just understand where we're going, because I like to keep things full picture, big picture. Full perspective, full circle. Damn. When we talk about the astrology report, because we got very deep and specific with that moon angle, but just good things are coming, guys. And there's a new fresh start when it comes to the bigger cycles as well. So there's change, Uranus, and there's blessings. Unexpected blessings, good things. This is ominously good. And I don't mean to be contradictory, because that does skew towards the positive. That's what I'm trying to say, is that change will always be for the better. Otherwise it wouldn't happen if you really have a model of the universe that's positive. But on top of that, this angle talks about acceleration. Jupiter always brings expansion and growth, and then Uranus has the tendency to raise the vibration of everything that it touches. So this marks the beginning of a mass spiritual awakening, especially while we have Uranus ruling over Pluto in the sky. So people are needing spirituality more than anything, and collective values are shifting, economies are shifting. People are also being replaced by AI and robots. And that's also something that this talks about, is that the technology and the innovation is creating different forms of moral and social structure within the world. So job security isn't for a lot of people, and self-employment is calling for a lot of people. And some people are seeing that the optionality and freedom that they look for is actually far easier to come by and more attainable than they think. And they've only been sold a lie by corporations and people, I guess, to make them think that money was hard to come by, that it was a limited resource or something like that. So I also see that financial literacy is a big part of this as well, when it comes to the world and how we're working and seeing our options and seeing how to trade value, whether that's through our money and our fiat currency, or it's gold or silver or Bitcoin or crypto, Ethereum. There's a million of those, etc. Stocks, bonds, options, Forex, real estate, intellectual property. You know, there's a lot of ways to get it, guys, and there's too many ways to get it to feel like you lack something. So ultimately, I mean, that's more like operative. But if we want to get more speculative and internalized, I would say that it's really important to, in the moments of self-reflection and isolation, to turn your attention towards your resources and your gifts and your goodness. So you never feel like you lack something or that you don't possess the tools to make your situation better. So that's a pretty important conversation when it comes to this one. I think that hits on the head. So when it comes to Saturday, you know, moving into the weekend, if you want to do magic for this one, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, you know, go for it. This is a very powerful angle, and it would be very wise to do something magical with this one. And maybe something eccentric, something different, make a big change around this time. Do something spiritual or generous. That's also in the spirit of this energy. So that's something to think about. And with the way this conjunction plays out, it will really be glowing in our energy for about 2 weeks. So keep that in mind also, is that for the last 2 weeks, we've been really feeling the energy already. It goes exact on Saturday. And then for the next 2 weeks, we'll be feeling it as well. But it's like an afterglow, okay? It's going to be the most intense on Saturday. So if you plan to do Jupiter, aka wealth or expansion or luck magic, or Uranus magic, which would be like change or freedom or liberation or inspiration magic, that would be the time to do it, Saturday, the 20th of April. My sister's getting married that day, so if y'all want to send some love that way through the mind energy, through the mental plane right quick, take a deep breath and send some love and inspiration and some visualization for a happy marriage for Anna and Abraham. I would greatly appreciate it. I love you guys, and I love, man, and my family's blessed, and so is yours. So good. My heart is smiling. Moon is trine Venus right now, but let's talk about the week, because by the time you see this, moon's probably not going to be trine Venus anymore. But hey, let's talk about Venus. Well, it would make more sense to talk about Mercury really quick. Mercury's retrograde, and we got a couple more weeks we got about a week and a half to 2 weeks of Mercury retrograde, and then we'll go through the shadow period. And Mercury retrograde is a normal phenomenon, happens a couple times a year. Things kind of slow down, or travel and communication may seem to get a little bit more complicated. So it's worth deliberately slowing down for that reason. Mercury retrograde is often a really great time for revision and planning and restructuring your life. I encourage you to look at everything astrological and life positively when it comes to your assumptions, your beliefs, and your perceptions. A lot of time you can only expect what you're projecting, whether you realize it or not. So this Mercury retrograde inside of Aries really speaks to me, guys, about getting to know yourself. And it's been having some crazy aspects, and I'm not going to really talk about them. You could probably go back to the older podcast and see something about that, or, man, just tune into your chart and see what this says for you. Simplified Astrology, link in the bio if you need some help. Coupon code FIRE if you need some help. The book is free, though, so, I mean, money can't be the excuse you can't invest in yourself. So Mercury retro in Aries is getting your mind right, simply. And I'm just going to leave it like that and move into Venus and just tell you that Venus represents how we love, how we connect, and how we relate. So your connection to yourself, your connection to other people, how you feel about yourself. This even governs your likes in this life, your dislikes, what appeals to you, what pleases you, what you're willing to indulge in, what you would compromise with, things of that nature. Venus has interesting lessons to learn in the sign of Aries, and this is about self-love and self-indulgence, which is really necessary for all things to live. And this is the time where we get to shine as a collective, as a people. Venus in Aries is very fun, it's very exciting, it's new, it's fresh. And it may come with an impulsiveness, a desire for new things. Spontaneity may be key here. You may be seeing that play out in your life at this point. But there's a burst of energy and there's a need for something new. And if you can turn this energy inward, you're going to love yourself even more every single day. So I encourage people to be good receivers, because unfortunately, most people are pretty poor at receiving. Whether that's love, money, a lot of things, man. Don't neglect to receive the good things in life that are available for you. So this may be a readdressing of your own values, when you've got Venus making a conjunction to Mercury on Thursday. So there's a lot of Venus stuff going on this week, man. Tuesday, we see Venus at 14, but I want to show you guys on Wednesday, oh my goodness, Venus is going to cross the North Node. So this really is saying that in addition to the self-love and indulgence lessons, we're learning about love being a part of purpose. That's what Venus conjunct the North Node is about. Realizing that connection and union, peace, balance is part of life. So I see that this is an epiphany for some people, or this is a intervention on a divine level for some people, where they're finally realizing that they need to choose to receive. They need to connect. That they can't go at things alone, or that life should be good, or that they should be happy, or they should have fun. Should is a word I use infrequently. I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant. I barely use the word should when I converse and speak. So it carries a lot of power and shame sometimes if you don't fulfill these perceived obligations, But ultimately, with a lot of thought and reason, I just think that life should be enjoyed, or life is meant to be enjoyed. It's whatever you want to make it. So I encourage you guys, make it your own. But if you're trying to have a good time, I hope these words speak to your heart, man, because beyond the North Node thing on Wednesday, Thursday, we got Venus touching Mercury. So that's really, Thursday's about thinking about how you love and maybe thinking about the past, or you may want to, like, because Mercury retrograde is one of those memes that we talk about where people from the past may reconnect to you. Thursday may be one of those days, man. So I would really just watch out for that, man. And, you know, when you get the message, hang up the phone. Some people may come around when reconciliation has already been had, trying to hit you up, saying they miss you. And I would just encourage you to step on anybody who comes crawling back to you, man. Keep pursuing your purpose. And that message isn't for everybody. But as I say that, just remember the South Node is in Libra. So our collective destiny is really letting go of people-pleasing tendencies. And that may be uncomfortable for some people to hear who have strong empathy and value other people and care about the feelings of other people. I totally understand. But you got to understand that this sensitivity, this insecurity that you have fundamentally is actually fucking up this world in some way, shape, or form. So you got to let people take care of themselves. You got to stop trying to micromanage the emotions of other people or feel like that you're expected to, because that's a wicked curse that you put on yourself. I speak from experience, man. You owe this world nothing. Unless you got children, and even that's debatable, man. Like, if you really think about the moral hierarchy of life, yeah, there's higher values, and I'm scaring people with this conversation, but I don't give a damn, man. Think about reality. I'm just trying to say, man, if you feel false obligation, you'll start pressuring yourself in ways that are artificial. And that doesn't make sense. So ultimately, it's you or them. And you got to be able to choose selfishness in a way that is selfless and not the other way around. You hear me? Because that means choosing selflessness in a way that's fucking selfish. And that's not right. Think about it. Whew. So, yeah, man, I can hear the air getting light, man. This is razor sharp. Real shit, man. So also, what else Venus doing? What the dog doing? So on Sunday, when the sun is squaring Pluto and we're going through this deep self-reflection, introspection moment, death and rebirth of the character and soul. Oh my God, the darkest night of the soul for some people. I felt that shit deep in my heart. Like, man, we're going to see the brightest suns and stars reborn out of this moment. Whew. And also you're going to see Venus conjunct Chiron. And that's healing our love nature. That's learning that we have love inside of us that's infinite and abundant. And if we just took the time to tap in, we could heal any wound within our consciousness or physical body. I shit you not. That's what this talks about. This is far out and woo-woo for some people, but I'm telling you, as a quantum healer, a person who's changed too many lives, man, to be sitting up here fucking lying. You can heal everything in your body with your consciousness. If there's a will, there's a way in this world, man. Nothing new under the sun. This is old information, but, you know, I hope you guys are smiling at this because we can really create tremendous healing. And I love to talk to conscious people or have people receive this conversation, because think about paradox, or think about polarity is the word I should be saying. Think about polarity when it comes to Venus Chiron under the sun square Pluto. Think about the people in the world that resist self-awareness, self-reflection. How do you think this energy is going to affect them? The extra awareness within one's consciousness and their pain and their need to heal, and their fear being amplified by sun square Pluto. How do you think that's going to react? Some shit's going to go down on Sunday. I'm telling you. So lay low, mind your business. Keep your wits about you. Be fully aware of your space and environment, and just know that you're in full control at all times. Know that you're grounded. Know that you're centered. Resist all the bullshit. How you respond is your karma. So remember that. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It can be easy to decide between good and bad. It's effortless, bro. Kids can decide between good and bad, but it takes a real fucking adult. It takes a mature spirit. It takes a real soul to decide between bad and bad and choose the lesser of two evils or have hard options. So I want to just say, man, desperate times call for desperate measures. And you may not know where the fuck you're going Sunday. I don't know what's going to go down because it's future. But basically, trust yourself, trust your soul, know that you got this, know the answers are within you, and know that you're bigger than any obstacle that comes your way. And really, I'm seeing that for a lot of people on the conscious side, there will be no obstacles. It's just going to be a regular Sunday, but they're going to have a deeper level of introspection. But for some people who resist the awakening, this is going to be the unraveling. This is going to be the beginning of the end. And this is going to be where some people who lack the self-control, the self-love or respect are going to be able to be exposed by the universe. And that's going to cause consequences that they're unable to comprehend or manage. So the earth is healing. The world is cleaning itself up, man. And just understand that Venus is got more shit going on. On the 23rd of this week, which is Tuesday, that Scorpio moon. I need you guys to see this shit, which is crazy. The moon falls in Scorpio. This is one of the most intense full moons of the year. In addition, the moon is square Pluto, and also the sign that Venus falls in is also Scorpio. So this adds tension to Venus, who is also debilitated and is going to be applying to Aries. So, bruh, Venus is right between Chiron and Aries, or she's going to be on the full moon. And that's just going to say that, man, yes, the universe is healing, changing, molding, dynamically shifting constantly, but you got to do your part. Are you ready for war or not, man? And some of y'all didn't think it was a fight. It's fucking not. We live in a peaceful reality, but if you don't see what's going on in the world, the people dying, the innocent lives being taken to cruelty, fear, and greed, and you're not doing something to change it, get the fuck out of the way. Respectfully. What are you doing here, man? Take some pride in this shit too. Take some pride in the fight. Have fun being the change. Have fun being the light. Smile every day when it's heavy. Enjoy lifting people's spirits up, starting with you. Nobody's going to do it for you. You'd be lucky if you receive that grace externally, man. And ultimately, Earth is a playing ground where you learn how to develop, shape, and mold your soul and character. So it may not be easy here, but it is beautiful. Trust me. Whew. If this shit is hard, just know that it means you're hard. Respectfully. That's all I wrote. I could speak endlessly all day. I'm about to work out, man, because that's a lot of energy. I got to ground that shit. I encourage you guys, when the sun, I should say, goes into Taurus, and any day, man, go get outside, go enjoy the wind, go enjoy the nature, and get some sunlight on your face and know that you're going to be okay. Everything's beautiful, even when it's ugly. Challenging you to see it. And if you want to watch the last video about the moon and Eris, it'll give you a better idea of what this conjunction is going to talk about, because I know I didn't really dive too deep. So watch the video that me and Sophia made and you'll get a good understanding of it. So I love you guys. Thank you for taking the time and the energy to watch this. I know that is a sacrifice. I appreciate that from the depths of my soul. We're on a roll. Mars Day with Mark 45 signing out. I will see you guys next time. Blessed be.